Hi everyone, welcome back to this week Weekly Market Update. As usual, let's take a look at what's happening on last Friday, last week, and things to watch out for the coming weeks as well. So, as usual, always what's happening during the first week of the month with all the big economy data, right? So we know that Dow actually jumped up, or most of the index actually, surged upward on last Friday closing itself. Mainly couple of reasons. Firstly, I think is the economy data, non-farm payroll actually came in way better than the expectations. The April job number added 253,000 in April, expected to be 180,000. That is way more. All right. So you will be puzzled because right now the thing is that we always say good news is bad news. What links to this is that if let's say the number is so strong, all right, and will Fed promise on are they going to pause the rate hike going forward or not, because this number actually to tell them that how the market, the economy is performing, the inflation is at which level currently, correct or not? So by right, a bad job then will a bad job number came in will then be more convincing for the Fed to say that, oh, the economy is not performing well. I think the inflation rate will start to reducing, people will start to spend lesser, but apparently it go the other way around. So how will it work from here then? That's why I say, but the thing is that bringing good number in is showing a good things on the economy side. But right now we are actually at the contradict point of view. Should the number be good for the economy to boost, or should the number should be bad for Fed to pause the rate hike? So this is always in between, the dilemma between both, right? So, but nevertheless, if let's say you are the chart wise, a chart person, this all news can be a noise as well, because it always announced per month basis, right? Sometimes you can look at the view from the chart perspective for a longer term as well. All right, if let's say you are more cloud by all this data, just focus on the chart itself will do. So we will go into the chart later. So last Friday, last week, not only on that, we have some good earnings reporting, especially for Apple, post big on top and bottom line on the second quarter. All right, so Apple shares gain again. Apple is a really fantastic company. Their earnings is always fantastic and solid. All right, so I think there's a lot of share buyback from what they announced as well. If you want to know more, you can Google it. Next thing, we'll be going into regional bank, KRE. I mentioned this counter in my video many weeks ago. All right, you can go to my Facebook page, my Telegram, my even from my trading view. I think I have posted it many weeks ago. I even say that it's meant for dollar cost averaging. Basically, it's for you to slowly accumulate into your portfolio. Then hold it for a long term. All right. If you want to do a short term trading, please know where is your stand right now. So I think it's mainly due to the rebound of the regional bank stock. Cost for this KRE ETF actually spiked up more than 6% itself. I think another reason is because based to this PacWest as well. I think it popped, it jumped up after a badly dropped previously. So all this actually add up to what causes this ETF to went even higher. I mean, not even higher, went back or rebound back when it reached my dollar cost averaging price. All right, we will talk about this later on at the chart. Please stay tuned. Okay, so that is also one of the another thing is actually oil price reach the support area. We will come into that around $68. I can't remember. We'll look at the chart as well. So I think it's a good setup. Take a look, but oil price coming down, which is a good thing for the inflation as well, right? So next thing is I think someone mentioned, all right, for this guy, another CIO mentioned that he won't buy into this rally. All right, so he think it's just a short relief rally. So it's up to you to where will you decide on the chart basis, or what do you take with this good economy data coming in. For Goldman, they say that the job gain won't stop the Fed from pausing on rate hike. This is why I mentioned right in like 5 minutes ago. Having a good economy number coming in is actually contradict to what Fed is going to say. Correct or not? Because Fed is also depending on the number. Alright, so they can say that I want to pause the rate high, they can feel that the inflation is coming down, but the number didn't say so. So they may play according to the number again. Alright, but nevertheless, this is just the news over the last last week. So let's take a look what is happening. Couple of things. So this is what happened on the job economy in one chart. I think the job added most likely in healthcare and social. But how does it going to affect you from trading or investing? How do you digest it? Basically, I already said it. This is just all the numbers. Whether the Fed will pause the rate hike is actually based on this number itself. So I think the coming week there will be a US CPI. Again, the same economy data is always one after another. So they will look into that data. Be more specific whether should they pause it or cut. I think right now pause is the next stage. Cut will be way later. All right. So no rooms to cut lah, to be frank. Next is as WHO declare the end of COVID-19. So I believe when you're surrounding with your friends, all this, when we talk about COVID, no one really paid that attention into it. Even as some of our friends might actually reheat the second time, third time of COVID, but it's not that deadly, or perhaps they recover much easier. So the panic is over. I think if let's say you are looking into travel sector, hotel sector, then you can actually consider which is the good one for you to pick it up from there. Okay, so let's go to the stock itself. The index start off with Dow Jones Index. So sorry, I'm not feeling well, so my voice a bit changed. This is what we have been talking about on 30 April, buyers upside since 1st April. Right, so I think it's over here. 30th April, all right, it actually went. So we are buyers on the upside to the first register is 34,000. So you can see on Monday itself, after the video of last video, it went to as high as 34,257. Are you telling me that it's because it didn't hit 34,300 accurately, you do not take a positions? Definitely not, right? Because after this candle, you actually can take a positions for you. Then the stop loss is just on top, and then you got a 4-day right. Even though you didn't take profit on the 4th or on the Thursday itself, and the market rebound back, but you still have a decent profit of where you shorted. True or not? And by right, you should have a strategy to move your stop loss when it actually bounced below. All right, so it touches the low of near 32,800, which is around 32,937. Remember what I put here? Support is always 32.8. Can you see that? Are you trying to say that when you didn't reach 32.8, you're not going to move your stop loss, or you're not going to do any adjustment from there? Especially you know that it's a big earnings report going on, and also big economy data is going on the first week of the month. So if you never take any protective move, you are still in a good shape because you should have shorted at the high side. Am I right to say? All right, so this is what we are looking at. So for the coming weeks, yes, the market have some rebound of this candle. I'm still being skeptical that it may cause a bullish side, but like I said, the price range stay within the same. All right, so where are we looking at? We will still be looking at for it to come back to 34,000, followed by, if penetrate, then we will look at 34.3 again. All right. Subsequently, if the market is taking this low point and break the 32,800, then it may drift lower. Okay. Otherwise, please play within the range itself. Okay. That's all for DJI for next week. So let's take a look into another index, which is the Nasdaq. There's no range. I'm always biased on the upside. So the FOMC rate decision, if pause, cut, or for June after, will bring good news to tax. Like I say, right? So what do they mention? They actually say that they will pause previously before the economy data, and the market went even higher. I mean, not even higher, but it's just like stay tuned to what happening on last week. So it's like a doji form at this standard point of time. But to me, I am still biased on the upside for Nasdaq. There is no chart update for this week because status remain cold, right? So just review. If let's say you watch this video, congrats to you. There won't be any update on the particular chart. All right. So status remain cold. Let's go into KRE first. All right, since we mentioned about it. All right, let's take a look at the bigger view on the weekly chart for KRE. Remember, I post this. I will never change this. All right, 25th March stamp. Okay. DAC method, first bullet 39.40, we hit one strike. Second bullet 35, this go to as low as 34.52, hit. Second bullet enter in, bounce back on Friday itself, as you can see, bounce back on Friday itself to 38. So eventually you enter at 35, you are $3 better off. All right, if you enter at 40 and you enter at 35, I think your average price is around there. That is why you should do dollar cost averaging on the selective and the right counter. Not every counter can do dollar cost averaging. Okay, gentlemen, don't go and anyhow dollar cost averaging. Okay, you should know what is the item you are picking up. Okay, we pick on this reason as we shared many weeks ago. All right, I think bank sector will not fail. Definitely there will be a comeback. This is just a tumor in between caused by the SVB bank. All right, so if it go even lower, 27, please grab it. All right, you should have do dollar cost averaging and then just hold it throughout. Okay, how many years you have to hold it? I wouldn't know what is the market expectation, but at least this ETF should be safe. All right, should be safe. But if you don't feel comfortable with me, I'm doing it. All right, I'm doing it. If you don't feel comfortable with this investment, stay aside. I can't promise it's 100% you will make money, but we are having a safer strategy with no strategy. True or not? All right, so we know what we are looking at. If let's say, what happened if we break 27? Okay, this is up to individual. Where is your holding horizon? Firstly, second thing is, are you investing with your spare of cash that you do not need urgent use in the future? If you invest like tomorrow, this is the only meal, only dollar for the meal, right? They're too bad because you didn't plan for it. All right. Otherwise, if you added all, your averaging price should be around 30, 33. Then you are actually buying at the bottom side where the price once again is go to 2015. You're buying like a time machine. You buy back the time. All right. So you say that when it's 2005, you didn't enter and the price go to 80, you also regretted right now. Time reverse give you a chance to enter into this counter. Why not? All right. So yes, I'm into it. All right. I'm not promoting. I'm into it. Just upfront let you guys know. All right. So next we will be looking into Hang Seng Index. It's a tough for me to speak today. Sore throat. Okay, so for Hang Seng Index, status remain cold. We are bullish as well. Resisted at 21,000. So be it. All right, no change, no change. So next counter, AMD. I mentioned some. All right, some chips counter. Uh, Status remain cold, no change. This gap down, earnings is good, reporting is good. It's just that I think they, beside the earnings, they have some, speaking about how will they perform guidance on the following quarter. But after it gap down, the gap recovered. This is pretty strong, right? So my status remain cold. Target $100 for AMD as well. No change, no change. All right. For let me see what else I'm sharing. Okay, for US oil. All right. Take a look. This is what I mentioned previously. 5th March, any pullback is a chance for you to go. All right, I mean to buy 5th of March. Wow, that is like many. Okay, I think it's around here. Okay, 5th of March, it drop. Chance for you to enter. Drop. Chance for you to enter. So 28. Oh, sorry, 25th Feb. Buyers more on the upside with 67 as a main support level. Let's take a look. So 67 is a main support level. The price went to as low last week, as low as 63.73, but it bounced back. All right, so 67 or 63 right now confirm the low for oil temporarily. All right, it's the pivot point. It shouldn't break for the following week. if the following week candle break below, it will be showing a no good sign, all right, no go sign. So let me write it here. Today is 6th of May. If next week candle break and close below 67 is bias on the downside. All right, so therefore right now we are actually trading with a tight support level. Okay, so up to you to decide. For me, I'll just drag it here, but hopefully the candle for the coming week we can actually encarve it, and if let's say the price had went back, it will be awesome, showing a perfect double bottom here. Okay, but we will know right now he have not panned out. All right, he's still working in the process of it. So that's my view for oil. Let's take a look at some other counter, like Meta. I think I mentioned that before. Ideal price to short. All right, the price actually rebound back, right? Technical rebound back. So it went even higher after the spike up, but right now it's slowly pulling back. So where the price reached back to the moving average, nearer to it, around 200, 210, is a good ideal price. My TP is 200. So have you shorted? It's up to you to decide. All right. So, but nevertheless, this is against the anti-trend. All right, against the anti-trend. We are trying to play a pullback for it to hit near the moving averages. So I show you guys how. So this moving average will convert, right? So we are actually playing this part. Okay, so this is your take, whether you want or not to follow. Okay, next counter we will be looking into. I have some on hand. Okay, SIA. Hopefully, always cannot find this counter. Stocks. Where is it? Okay, SIA. Oops. C6L, something like that. Okay, so SIA. This is Singapore Airline. Like I say, we can review into a terrorist right now. Tourism right now. It seems like a good. Let's. I didn't do any charting. All right. So sorry. It's like an ascending triangle. It tried to break up. So we shall see, is there any chance for it to recover back to the previous support level or previous resistance level. So it might have some high chance that this may actually come back to this level. Okay, so we can also do some writing here. So today is 6 May 2023. Watch out, next resistance 645. Alright, so this is my view. Okay, so just a broader view. Next we should go into, let me see what else. Okay, CCL. I used to play this counter as well. So congrats people who hold on to it. 8 Gen, 15 Gen, this is January games. Alright, so January games right now, we revisit again the price back to $10. Okay, exciting again, right? Back to $10. So we shall see we hit the next TP level. So my TP never changed, it's always 15. Right now I just have to shift up, move over, change it to daily, and then we take a look from here. Okay, so definitely must cross here. I think it's $12 mark if I remember. I said it. Okay, so we must cross the 12 in order to see the 15 lah. Alright, I think I wrote this very long ago. But I deleted lah. Alright, I deleted the text. It should be 12. Go and Google my Facebook page. So I remember correctly, the first target we should always see 12 first. Once it crosses, we see 15. Okay, so I will then write it down. When I write it down, I'm taking seriously. That means it's inside my watch list lah, gentlemen. So I will just write it down. 6 May 2023. Resistance 12 followed by 15. Bias on upside. Okay, so that is my call. But of course, do take note if let's say you want to go into it. Earnings report is on the 23rd of May. Alright, date 22nd, period ending 23rd. Okay, so take note, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks later. Alright, so that is my view for CCL. Okay, buyers on the upside. So next, let me take a look. Okay, uh, alright, so I will be going into another counter, PRVA. Alright, Pre-Health Group. Okay, this is a more challenging one because we don't have much data on the TA wise. But firstly, the earning is quite decent. There's a surprise. Second thing, I think they offered secondary offering price. That means they increase the number of shares. That is why it caused the market to gap down and then recover back. All right, after floating more liquidity of shares out there, by right, the share price will drop. Indeed, it did drop, right? Because the secondary offer, I think they priced at $20. You guys can read up. I read up a bit, but surprisingly, the price went spike even higher the following day. All right, so this seems like a good take from the market sentiments of this counter. By looking at a weekly chart, if let's say you're able to break here, will be fantastic. So 2029. Next I'll just put a round figure of 30. All right, so this $1 bar is quite important. If we able to close above this $1 bar, all right, then we may see more upside potentially. All right, looking on the Fibonacci retracement level, all right, we'll be looking at this 50% Fibo. All right, so this 38.2% falling 29, 40 plus, just nice in this window gap. If we hit, we'll be looking at 32 next level. Okay, so this is what my take. I will just write it here. Okay, so this is today is 6 May 2023. Break above 30. Shall see 32 next resistance. Alright, buyers on upside. Okay, so this is my take for this particular counter. Okay, but when to enter, when to buy is up to you to decide. Should you chase in or should you wait for pullback? Based on your own strategy. Always manage your own risk. Okay, so that is my biasing. Alright, so that's all for this week weekly market update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Not going to continue, not feeling well as well. So I will see you guys next week. Remember to share and like my video. Follow my Telegram group if you think it does benefit you. I will share more on the Telegram group if let's say there's any huge changes, huge movement in between of the week itself. Alright, enjoy your weekend, gentlemen and ladies. Goodbye.